Hi, what is up, everyone? Welcome back again to another episode of Coin News Sessions with Jolo. And this is a podcast where we play around random words and coin them into a deeper and sensible meaning. Hello, guys, and we are back. I know you waited for a little long, but yeah, finally got the chance to do this again. And of course, I don't want to skip our monthly sessions. All right, so it's gonna be a new episode on the last day of the month. Pahabol before Jose Marichan appears. All right, so well, it has been a one hell of a month. I've been busy lately because my dad has been hospitalized and everything, and of course I still have to do my work and other stuff, and it's been a tough month for our family, to be exact. But nevertheless, life goes on, and no matter what life throws at us, we have to keep on fighting. And that is what my family is doing right now, despite of the difficult trials we are going through. But more of that later. Because right now, let's talk about the word of the day. Alright, guys, are you ready for it? Our koinotic word of the day is August. Ayan. Our koinotic word of the day is August. Ayan. Siyempre, ano bang month ngayon, di ba? August ngayon. So, bago matapos, pag-usapan muna natin siya. So, month-ender episode, here we come. Alright, so, when we talk about August, syempre, August, buwan. Pero, if you're going to play around the word August, we can form the word a ghost. Or a ghost. Multo. Ganyan, a ghost. Isang multo. I mentioned earlier, diba, August is just wow for our family. Our family is experiencing a difficult time, and it seems like it's a ghost. Nakakatakot. Basically, kasi early in July, we received the news that my dad is sick and he has cancer. Alright, so it's kind of long story, pero basically yun na din yun. He is sick and he has cancer. So, medyo scary. No, definitely, it's scary. And there are a lot of thoughts coming into my head like this and that. It's very horrifying. Kung makakita ka man ng multo, kung may third eye ka, or may na-experience ka na, or may naramdaman ka na before, you know what I'm feeling. And so, nakakatakot. And just like a ghost, pero, di ba? Just like a ghost, eventually, that feeling of fear or takot goes away. If, mawawala lang siya. If you toughen up or nalakasan mo yung loob mo or naging strong ka, of course, mawawala din yung ganung feeling if you strengthen up your faith. Diba? If tinatagan mo yung loob mo, yung pananampalataya mo with the Lord, mawawala yun. And especially, that fear will lose if you have your family right there with you. 'Di ba? If sama-sama kayo, may kasama ka, 'di ba? Parang lalakas yung loob mo pag may kasama kayo. Hindi pong minsan nga pag sobrang dilim, right? Gusto mo pa rin magkaroon ng kasama, 'di ba? Na pag iihi ka lang minsan, tas overnight kayo ng mga friends mo, 'di ba? Parang nakakatakot minsan mag-isa lang. Pero yun, if you have your family or your friends with you fighting, that fear will lose, diba? Or it will go away. And of course, if you allow God to be with you, definitely yung fear na yun or yung kinakatakutan mo, later on, it will die down. Right? I remember nga, I keep on telling this to my dad minutes before on one of his procedures. I told him, Dad, just remember, if God is with you, who can be against you? And I just keep on telling him that you can do it, Dad. God is with you. Everyone is praying for you. Who can be against you if you just believe, diba? Sabi, sa Bible yun, I think it's in Romans 8, verse 31. So I just kept on encouraging him, motivating him, giving him strength. And by the God's grace, the procedure was successful, and it went well. And grabe lang talaga, with those kind of motivations, 'di ba? Ang laking factor na 'yon na tumatag and you become strong, and yung ghost na feeling na 'yon, yung takot na 'yon or yung kabang 'yon, eventually mawawala din 'yon. I remember bigla like the cartoons, Scooby-Doo. Ayan, 'di ba with Scooby-Doo, sila Fred, sila Vilma, whenever they have may nakakalaban silang ghost, 'di ba, they have to find it, so they will face the ghost, and eventually they get to discover who the ghost is, 'di ba? Sometimes pagkatanggal nila nung mask, it's just a human, it's just a scientist or whoever was trying to scare them, 'di ba? So it made me think that sometimes the ghosts that we are afraid of are ourselves. We create those monsters inside our head, and it scares us. 'Di ba? Yung sarili lang natin gumagawa nun kaya tayo natatakot. 'Di ba? Of that fear. And wala eh. Sometimes they are just there for us to test our characters, especially our faith, especially, 'di ba? That problem is just a test of our character and to see how strong we are. 'Di ba? That's why may mga ganung klaseng fears. And if you're gonna look at it in Tagalog, that ghost, 'di ba? Ghost, we are talking about Agosto, 'di ba? August. In Tagalog, August is Agosto. 'Di ba? So, Agosto, if you will be playing around the word Agosto naman from August, it's like Agos. Agosto. In English, flow. This is flow, 'di ba? Flow, Agos. Padaluyin or padaanin, right? So, it will be washed away. Diba? If you throw something like a paper boat on the river, it will flow. It will just flow. So it's like a reminder for us that if we have our worries or we have all our anxieties, we just let them flow. We let them paagusin lang natin sila, and they will be gone. Diba? Ibato lang natin. And just like the verse from the Bible from First Peter 5 verse 7, 'di ba? Let's all cast all our cares unto God. 'Di ba? All our worries, our anxieties, our fears, disappointments or whatever, we just throw it and let it flow. Paagusin natin sa malayo papunta kay Lord. 'Di ba? Ang ganda naman. So parang let it flow. Let God take care of it. If we cannot handle this already, syempre we just have to give it to God and padaluyin natin sa Kanya yung mga problemang yon. And sinabi naman niya yun eh, cast all your cares unto Him, 'di ba? So, definitely He will help us kung ano man yung nararamdaman nating takot or fear, 'di ba? And if we do that, if we allow God to take control of those stuff, all those fears or anxieties that we have, from August, pag August nun, eventually, magiging, gusto. 'Di ba? Gusto. Like, parang magugustuhan mo na, gusto. Gugustuhin na natin yung mangyayari sa atin once na pinaagos natin or pinadaan natin kay Lord yung problems and trials natin. 'Di ba? Nice. Instead of saying, go with the flow, why don't we just let's make it God with the flow. Nilagyan ko lang ng D yung go with the flow. So, God with the flow. Kumbaga, paagusin or padaanin natin or let us just allow our worries to flow to God. Diba? Sinabi sa Matthew 11 verse 28. I know I've been very biblical right now in this episode, but these are just one of the few verses that I'm sure you need to take note of. Because you can just pray these verses or claim this if you're experiencing any troubles. Like, remember Matthew 11 verse 28. Come to me, all you who are weary or burdened, and I will give you rest. But if you have problems, just come to the Lord and He will give you rest. May mga pinagdadaanan man tayo sa buhay, God is there for us. Diba? And I know this past few weeks or months, it has been tough for my family. And maybe you have your own ghost that is hunting you for so long and it keeps on coming back. It may be your ex, it may be your trauma or any bad experience. I just want you to remember that if all those ghosts, quote unquote, those ghosts that we are experiencing, if we just allow us or if ipapaagos to natin yung mga iyon sa malayo and if we just let it flow unto the Lord, I'm sure mapapaagos to ko ito kay Lord, 'di ba? Mapapagano na lang tayo sa ibibigay niyang kapalit sa mga fears natin or troubles natin. Grabe lang, ayun, I'm just full of emotions right now and I just want you also, whoever you're listening right now, gaano man ka-heavy yung pinagdadaanan mo, I just want you to remember that God is always with us. And yeah, God with the flow. Just instead of go with the flow, God with the flow. Invite God to join you on this journey and just flow. Let God do the rest, 'di ba? And we can all make it. Definitely, kapit lang sa Kanya, kapit lang tayo sa mga pamilya natin, kapit lang tayo sa prayers, support ng bawat isa, and definitely, sooner or later, everything's gonna be okay. Alright, and I guess that wraps up our quick Konya sessions for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and don't forget to share and let your friends know about Konya sessions. And if you're listening, don't forget to tag me on all your social media accounts. And once again, this is Koinyo Sessions with Jolo, and we will talk to you soon. Stay safe, guys.